Flosstube friends, how are you all? I hope you're all well. Today I have a massive haul video to share with you. I'm going to be doing some naming and shaming, but seriously I do love all of you that have enabled me to make these purchases, so this is my way of thanking you. I have a ton of stuff right next to me to go through, and my youngest cat has enjoyed trying to jump on everything while I'm trying to make my piles. I'm not really sure how I'm going to go through it all. It might be all a little bit random because I've never really shown this much stuff all at once before, so I might have to do a little bit of editing here and there, so please excuse me if you see a few cutouts, because that will be me stopping and having a think about what I'm going to say. I also have at the end of the video a couple of interesting things that I wanted to share with you, and then a quick mention about the giveaway. So, shall we get started? Yes, let's get started. What do I start with? Let's start with some random purchases. I'm going to link down below all the stores that I mentioned with their web addresses and anything else that I think you might be interested in. I'll put a link down in the comments area below. And as usual, if you have any questions, comments about anything that I've shown, please leave those down below and I will reply. I've finally caught up on all my replies. You guys have kept me so busy. I've never had so many questions and comments and things like that before. I love it, I really do. But I've finally caught up, so yay. First purchase is a packet of Zweigart Quakers cloth. I saw this on eBay, and I haven't purchased Quakers cloth before. So this is 28 count fat quarter, and it just looks like just a normal linen. There's not too many slubs in it actually, not as much as the linen I've purchased in the past, but this is to replace Maria. The lovely Maria sent me a beautiful rack not so long ago, and in that was a piece of 28 count linen which I have already started using for a few cards, and I wanted to replace that, so got this at a good buy. Next is a couple of purchases I made from a website called Quicksales.com.au. This is for Australians only, and I'm sorry to all you international people out there, but it is an Australian website for Australians only, and it's basically our version of eBay, and I only found out about it recently. I don't know how I didn't know about it before. Probably the last person in Australia to have heard about it, but I will put the description, the web link down below. Anyway, there are a lot of cross-stitch charts and books on there for sale, so if any one of you in Australia might be interested in having a look on there, you might find something that you like. I know I did. I purchased this. It's by DMC, and it's called Home of a Quilter. And I really loved that. It's got the little kids in their beds and all their little clothes hanging up, and then the mum's down in her craft room, come kitchen, working away, just like we all do. Loved that. And this is quite an old chart. I'm not going to show you the chart, but it is all done by hand, and I will show you, cover up the chart part of it. This is the key, and you can see that, and it's actually, is it going to focus? I'm not sure that that's focused or not. It's actually quite tough to read some of those. But this is, where did I see it? 1986, and it's actually by Marilyn, Leavitt I've forgotten her last name and I can't even read that. Anyway, this is a lady who does lavender and lace designs, pretty sure. Yes, if that's the same lady. So that was a really cute little purchase. And then while I was on a quilt thing, I tend to do this, and I know a few of you also do this. You get into your themes where you decide, oh, I've just got a fascination with that at the moment. I notice there's a few of you with peacocks out there, and then you go and try and find as many peacock charts as you can. Well, for me, this particular day, it was quilts. So I found this one as well. It's called Quilts in a Day or Two, and it's by Canterbury Designs. Just show you that. So they're all little quilt blocks. And I haven't attempted quilting yet, but I do love quilting. I love looking at them when the fairs come to Adelaide. I think anyone that quilts is incredibly talented. So quite a few little quilts in there, and I thought it'd be nice to make up some pin cushions or something like that out of these designs. Even the Afghan rug is really lovely with all the little quilts. That's that one. Another purchase from Quicksales is 50 Houses by Sam Hawkins. And you all know I like my cottages. Look at the castle there. So cute. I'm not sure what I would use any of these for, but you know, just had to have it. Didn't want to miss out. I like the little sayings. Nice to actually, you know, put on a little card or housewarming. The toilet. The dunny, we call that in Australia. The outback dunny with the red back on the toilet seat. Thank goodness we don't have any of those. Okay, next one was Miniature Village by Cross My Heart. I love Cross My Heart designs. I just love this, how it's all done in one piece. It's the welcome. I know Stitching May likes her welcomes. I already have a welcome, so I can't see myself stitching another welcome. I think one welcome in my house is enough. I think everyone knows they're welcome in my house. It's lovely how they put them all on the Afghan. But to me, I can see myself stitching this one. So it's got a hardware store, grocery, doctor, the city hall, dry goods. What else is on there? Barbershop, a church. Very cute. Next one. Oh, I loved this one and I had to buy this one. This is a pretty old chart as well, and some of you, I'm sure, probably already know about it. Oh, it's 91, and it's called the STITCHE'S verse. This is what it looks like. So it's not too involved, but it's the actual poem that got my attention, so I'll read it to you. Cross stitches are a different breed, the things we hope for, the things we need. We wish for Floss to finish that row. We sometimes wish our guests would go. We wait all day for that time to be, that special time, that time for me. Each needle is threaded, the colours arrayed, scissors and chart have been carefully laid. Now we relax, this is our pleasure, stitching this piece of soon-to-be treasure. We always ignore that mental warning, stitching all night makes it rough in the morning. But time's unimportant, we don't heed clocks, we just need floss and a sewing box. Our project awaits us, now we proceed. This must be heaven, what more could we need? How sweet is that? I just love that. That just speaks to all of us, doesn't it? Especially the stitching all night makes it rough in the morning. Love that. That is so me. Okay, that's it for quicksales.com.au. A little one, this was just next in the pile, so everything I'm showing you is not in any particular order of when it was purchased, just it's how I've put it down here next to me. My lovely husband, we were having a chat the other night about, you know, how it's nice to receive gifts for no particular reason. And I have said to him in the past, I love flowers, but to me, you know, you only get to enjoy them for a week or so and then they go away in the bin, and it's such a waste of money because flowers are so expensive. And I had said to him that I would just much prefer you come home with a cross-stitch magazine. That would make my day. Well, he listened and he just brought me home a magazine one day for no reason, and it was so lovely. So he bought me the Ultimate Cross-Stitch Wildlife magazine. I'm not sure if any of you have seen this particular magazine, but you know I'm stitching my giraffes now, and he thought I would be interested in this, and it's a great magazine. There's actually only a couple of designs in here that I could see myself stitching. I can't remember if these designs are in it. I think that, yeah, these designs on the back are in it as well. So if anyone would like me to do a video on what's actually inside this magazine, leave a comment down below. I'll certainly be happy to do that. We'll show you one thing that I liked. It has got elephants for Jessie Marie, but I still think Jane Netley Mayhew's ones are more realistic. This is just a smaller one. It's got a lovely zebra. Some of you say zebra, I say zebra. It's got quite a few ideas for cards, which I really liked. So yes, it's a lovely magazine and a lovely thought by my husband. Then I've been on a bit of a Joan Elliott spending spree. I only have one book to show you so far. The other two are still on their way. I just love her stuff. I watched Jessie Marie's video last night on her tag answers, and I mentioned to her, she said that Joan Elliott would be a designer that she would recommend, and I realised after I'd finished my video that of course she's one I would recommend, and I can't understand why that didn't come to me, because I have fallen completely in love with her designs this year. They are a design that look beautiful on paper, and yet they look even more beautiful once they're stitched up, and I don't know how she does that, but they are amazing. I am currently stitching a card for someone special from this magazine as we speak. So this is called Cross Stitch Greeting Cards. Again, if anyone would like to see a more detailed excuse me, description of what's included in this, I'm more than happy to do that for you. That's a great book. There's 70 different designs and there's something in there for everybody. Okay, so the reason I was actually holding off on doing this whole video was I'm still waiting on a purchase that I made from Mo's sale, and I was enabled by Claire, Pyrex Stitcher, and I have purchased some of Mo's hand-dyed cottons and silks, and also a piece of fabric, and unfortunately it hasn't arrived in time, and I needed to get this video up because I have a couple of other videos to do for you. So I'm hoping that will be here next week, and I can add it at the end of my July whip update video. Anyway, I thought it was lovely that after I made my purchase, Mo sent me a free digital pattern, and although it hasn't printed out very well, you get the idea of what the pattern is, and it's all you need is love. And I believe this was done to celebrate the new gay marriage laws, and I think that's amazing. I can see myself stitching that up. I think it's really cute. Very quick too. So thank you, Claire, for enabling me for that purchase. Now, the next one, I have a couple of people to thank. I was enabled by, firstly, Garrett, Coffee Stitcher. Although I already had these designs in my wish list on Etsy, seeing Garrett show his Dorothy from Wizard of Oz made me go back in there and have another look at them and add more of the series to my wish list. And then I saw Candy Stitch's video, and she was saying how Brooks Books on Etsy were having a sale. And I thought, oh, I've got my Wizard of Oz charts on there. I wonder if they're on sale. So I have a big thank you to say to you Candy Stitchers, because they were on sale. So Brooke Nolan, lovely, lovely lady to deal with, had 10 of the Wizard of Oz series. 10 of the Wizard of Oz series, so it's these ones here, in an overstock pack for $25 US. Now, normally these are around $6 US each. So, of course, you know, do the maths. That's a lot of money. And that's for that was the reason why they were sitting in my wish list, because I didn't want to pay 12 times $6 for these charts. Because then, of course, you've got to buy the fabric and the cotton and all the rest of it. But I couldn't pass that up at a pack of 10. And then they only left 2 more that weren't included in the set, which I purchased at full price, but still a great deal. And I believe the sale is still on. And it's not just for these charts. She has other charts that are on her sale, so I highly recommend you check them out. She's a fantastic lady to deal with. So I'll just show you quickly all of these, and again, they're in no particular order. So we have Dorothy, and these are the characters based on the book, which is why Dorothy is wearing silver shoes and not red. And I have to decide whether I'm going to change them to red, because I like the red. I don't know yet. We'll see. Then we have the Scarecrow. And what I love about these is most of them have a bit of bling. You know, I love my bling. So whether it's in the yellow brick road down the bottom, or whether it's in the actual character itself. And we have the Tin Man with his heart. He's so cute. And then the Lion. Oh, I love him. He's adorable. The Wicked Witch. I'm not sure why she has a patch on her eye. Can someone tell me, was that the way she was in the book? I don't know. I don't know whether I want that patch there or not. Because my passion lies with the movie. Sorry for all you book lovers out there. I love the movie. To be honest, I don't think I've read the book. Anyway, all you Wizard of Oz fans now have just died. Then we have the wizard himself. Great and powerful Oz. He's got a lot of his green is all like metallic, so a lot of bling in there. And we got the flying monkeys, or monkey. There's only one. And what's his name? Mr. Gilligan. Mr. Baker with his purple hair. So cute. Glinda the Good. She's pretty. And then, what's her name? Miss Quadling. See, I don't know these from the movie. I'm sure she's in it. And then we have the mayor. Of course he is. The mayor. Munchkin Mayor. And he's got a lot of bling on him as well. And last but not least, Mrs. Winky. How cute is she? So, 12 of these. To stitch these up, they're pretty big. Their stitch count is 52 wide by, they all vary in height, but I think the tallest is 96. No, 104, which is the Wicked Witch. To stitch, I actually wanted to do these all together. That's going to be a massive piece of fabric, unless I do them really small. And I don't know, when I really like a design, I don't want to make it smaller. Am I alone there? I like to see it in all its glory, and if I'm going to work on it, I want it big. I don't know, maybe if I do 2 lots of 6, then I have to figure out which groupings of 6 I should do. Don't know. What would you do? What would you do, Garrett? I'm curious. What would you do? I don't want to stitch them individually. I want to stitch them as a set. I like to stitch sets. So yes, check out Brooke's Books on Etsy. Next is some needle minders that I got from Jenna's Needle Minder collection, who is also featured in my giveaway if anyone is interested. Jenna has a Facebook group called Jenna's Needle Minder Collection, and she also has an Etsy shop called NeedleMinderAddict. So I love my bling again. So I have Darth Vader and Fairy Godmother and Harry Potter. They're so cute. He's even got the scar. So blingy. So that was from Jenna. Okay, next enabling was from Diane, Stitchers's, and in her latest video she mentioned an Etsy store called AmazingCrossStitch, and they do little people along the theme of Clouds Factory. So if any of you have seen the Clouds Factory designs with the TV series and movie characters, this particular store, AmazingCrossStitch, does the same thing. And in my opinion, and I know Diane agrees with me, I think they're a little bit better. I really like these. They have legs and they have shoes, and I don't know, it's something that draws me to them a little bit more. Again, you know, it's personal preference. We all have our things that we prefer over others. But anyway, I have made a very long wish list with this particular business. I've only purchased one so far because I didn't do that with Clouds Factory. With Clouds Factory, I couldn't help myself and I bought a whole heap of them. And I actually haven't stitched any of them yet. They're still sitting in my folder. And I didn't want to make that mistake this time around. So this time I've just purchased one. And as I stitch it up, then I will reward myself and purchase another one. The only picture I have right next to me is of the chart, which I can't show you. So I will insert a picture here of the one I purchased. And as you can see, this is Gilligan's Island. My husband and I both grew up watching this particular TV series and we loved it. And when I was showing him all these little characters, he got excited about this one the most. So I've purchased this one and I'm going to stitch this one up for him as a little surprise. So I hope to start this one soon, actually, within the next month. But it depends on a few cards and other things that I have going right now or about to start. So that's that one. So thank you very much to Diane, Stitchers, for enabling that purchase. So in a previous video, I mentioned RainwbowStitchery.com and that they were having a sale on for their threads and their hand-dyed threads and charts and various things. I'm not sure if the sale is still on for the threads, but I believe there is a sale on for the charts at the moment. Had a look recently and it was very good. I didn't buy anything else because I really don't need any more charts. But I did finally receive my order, and when I say finally, I didn't mean it to sound like that. It was very good shipping. Highly recommend this website. Lovely lady to deal with. So I purchased a whole heap of DMC, and I was very lucky to get my hand-dyed threads. I needed some Krennic for something. I think it's my Lavender and Lace Celtic Autumn, maybe, I'm not sure. So I purchased that. The DMC I purchased was for some up-and-coming designs. I'm not going to go through all the colours with you. You've all seen DMC before. And then I had a look through, because I'm slowly trying to get my DMC collection together, because you all know that I don't like paying $1.20 for them. And made a whole list. Some of the colours had already gone, so they got removed from my order. But I was very happy. I've got quite a lot to put away. I also purchased some Weeks Die Works. Got quite a few of those actually. Quite a few different colours. I'll go through these in a minute and I'll show you what I'm actually going to be stitching with those. And just so you know, the DMC floss was 24 cents And the Weeks Dye Works were $1.38 each. This is US dollars, obviously, but it's still really, really good. Really good prices. And I got a classic Colourworks. I needed more. Unfortunately, this was the only one that was left, and that was $1.32. And I got a Gentle Arts sampler thread, which is my first. I've got a few of these for a design I've got coming up. First time using these and purchasing these, so it's very exciting. These were $1.26. Now, as I mentioned, I don't think these are on sale anymore, but keep an eye out because she is closing down, so it is possible that she might put them back on sale. I also purchased a piece of fabric. I was very lucky to have gotten this. It's 28 count Annabelle linen. I haven't stitched Annabelle linen before. The colour is Orange Rust, and it's a 15 by 18 inch piece. And that is very true to life. It looks like rust, terracotta type rust. Thought this would be really nice for a Halloween piece. And that piece was $5. So when I saw that, I snapped that up. 15 by 18, that's a decent size. And $5, you can't go wrong with that. So as I said, I'll show you in a minute what these are for. So that was my purchase from RainwbowStitchery.com. Next, and only because it's next on the pile, is a hoop stand that I purchased from my local needlework store. I can say I have one of those now, and they're called Create in Stitch. They're located in Highgate, South Australia, and I purchased a Nurge. That's how I say it, Nurge. There it is there. And it's called a seated embroidery stand. I think that's what it's called. But basically, it holds your hoops, so I can stitch two-handed. If you are interested in learning a little bit more about this, I have done a review on it, and I show you how you put it all together and how I like it. One thing I didn't mention, which was really important, this is why I really love it so much, is that my left hand no longer cramps up from holding the hoop while I stitch. Because I stitch for hours at a time, obviously holding a hoop for an extended period of time, my hand would cramp up. Not anymore. I have two free hands for stitching. And I also purchased from them one of their Nurge embroidery hoops, which is awesome. It has the tightening screw, makes it nice and tight. Again, if you're interested, I have a review video, so I won't go into any more detail about that here and bore those of you that have already watched it. Fabric, next on the list, my fabric of the month by Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie, and I can't remember which month is which. You guys that get this will know. One of these is May and one is June, and I can't for the life of me remember, so I'm just going to show them. Okay, so these are both Lugana. Sorry, no they're not. They're 32 count linen, both 18 by 26 inch pieces, and the first one is Fruit Punch. Actually, just need to show you half of it. That's true to life. It's beautiful. Pinks and some lilac and yellow. Probably a little bit better if I do hold it like that. You can see a bit more of the yellow. Very, very pretty. Don't know what that one's for yet. No plans. And the other piece is called Highland Heather. And for all you purple lovers out there, you will love this one. So different shades of purple. Lovely. So pretty. Again, no plans for that one either. I'm curious to see what next month's is going to be, which I usually get it a week into the following month. Then I purchased, you all know that I'm making the no-sew cubes for my Country Cottage Needleworks Cottage of the Month series. And while I was at my Lincraft store looking at their fabrics, I found the perfect fabric for March. I just happened across some very Irish looking fabric, and March will be the last month that I will be stitching because I started doing this series in April. And when I saw this fabric, and probably because there wasn't much left on the roll, I decided that I would need to purchase this now, because it always happens to me. I see something, I don't get it, I think about it later, go back to get it, and it's gone. Not this time. Have a look at this. How perfect is this for an Irish theme? The actual gold sparkles. And there's plenty of greens in there to tie in with the design that will be for March. It's going to look perfect. Love it. And I'll probably just finish it off with some gold ribbon. Okay, next is my 123stitch.com order, and I purchased quite a bit from them. It's probably the biggest part of my haul. I told you I have been very naughty, and if any of you hear me say stash and diet in the same sentence again, you have my permission to tell me off. Just not happening. Okay, I purchased this needle organizer. I thought this would be really handy because I do use needles of different sizes for my different fabric counts. It holds all needle sizes, and there's 5 different compartments there. So I thought I could just put a little label on top of each one just to remind myself of what needle is in there. So rather than have all these packets laying around, I've just got this one thing, and that was very minimal, a couple of dollars I think. So got that. I'm really sorry if you can hear my dog snoring in the background. Okay, this haul there's so much fabric in this particular haul, which is good because it means I'm getting it for projects. Okay, so again, I'm going to show you what these are planned for as I go through them. And these will be the next few projects I'll be doing in the next few months. So these are the planned projects for the rest of this year. So I purchased a piece of 32 count raw opalescent linen, and I was enabled by Tara C because she did the beautiful baby sampler on this, and I also did my biscornu on this fabric, and I just love it, and I've been dying to do it on a larger project. And I'm really not sure how well this is going to show up. And you can see it a little bit there. It's just got a beautiful sparkle through it. So it's the raw linen colour with some sparkle. And I'm using this for this project by Sue HILLIS Designs. I've had this one for quite some time, and this is important to me because I would read this to my children every night before on Christmas Eve before they went to bed. And it's called "'Twas the Night." And I'm not going to read it, you all know the poem. And I just love that. I love the different fonts, the different sizes and colours. I just find that so interesting to look at. And I was going to do it on my standard mushroom Lugana, but I decided that when I first got this, I thought the berries were actually beads, but they're not. So when I realised that they weren't, I decided that I wanted to bling it up a little bit, and that's why I've chosen the opalescent fabric. So I think that's going to look really lovely. So that's going to be my my second planned Christmas project this year. First one is my advent calendar. Okay, so next purchase from there was the Lizzie Kate 3 Little Words. I needed 4 more to complete my set. So I'll read them for you today. Choose joy, keep it simple. I just love Lizzie Kate. I can't say enough about her beautiful, upbeat, inspirational quotes. I just love them. I love quotes. Never give up, make it happen. Quotes are what get me through the tough days. I just love quotes. I've had a few tough days recently. Dreaming is free. Believe in miracles. And embrace the journey. Life is good. Now there are 2 more which are free. This is the whole set, plus there's another 2 which you have to download from the internet. So there's quite a few there, but altogether it's going to be really lovely long banner. I think I mentioned in a previous video that Lizzie Kate had a competition where you come up with your own 3-word slogans and people would vote. And one of the slogans I came up with was one of the winning slogans. So, and I was the second person to mention it. So I missed out on the prize, but it doesn't matter. So I thought I have to do these. So these are on the plan, but they're actually not my next Lizzie Kate plan. The reason for that is I have another Lizzie Kate set similar to that, which I purchased a long time ago. And I promised myself that I would stitch that one first because it's not fair. It's not fair to put that other one back. It's already been on my planned stitching list for too long. And I will show you if I can find it. Okay. It's the Less is More series. So I have all of those. I'll show you that's the finish there. Oops, sorry for the glare. So that's the one I will be doing next before the other Lizzie Kate one. I already had a piece of Belfast linen that I had allocated from my stash for this particular series, but I decided, because I do tend towards, you've all noticed, I do tend towards the raw linen and the mushroom Lugana a fair bit, and I wanted to try out some other colours out there, and I don't have the luxury of going to a needlework store that supplies all these colours so I can look at them. I only have that little swatch online to look at, which is never true to life. So I decided to take the plunge and purchase a couple of different colours. So I purchased a platinum Lugana, and although I haven't done a floss toss yet, I think this might look nicer because this particular Lizzie Kate series, the Less is More, includes, I'm actually doing the whole set in the Gentle Arts and Weeks, not the DMC. So I haven't done a floss toss yet to see which one I'm going to prefer, but it'll be one of the 2. And I'll show you, because these are the hand-dyeds that I mentioned earlier. This is what they're for. So for the Gentle Arts threads for this design, there is old blue paint. It's like a dusty blue. Endive. It's like a khaki green. And it's 2 of those. And dungarees. That one has more noticeable shading throughout. Then with the Weeks Dye Works, it has Madison Rose. It's like a dusty pink. It's really pretty. And I'm not sure if this one's for Lizzie Kate or for something else. Guacamole. It'll take me too long to look at all through now. Straw. Dirt Road. Molasses. There's 2 of those. Romance. So you can see why I was pretty happy to get these at a discounted price on Rainwbow Stitchery, because there's so many of them. It's going to look beautiful. Tarragon. Another straw. Purple Haze. and pecan. And I think that's all of them that were listed. And I went online, if anyone's interested in stitching this series, if you go online, it tells you how many skeins of each of those colours you need to do the full design. Sorry, that was my dog sneezing. Otherwise, the instructions inside are just for this particular design. And the thing is, when you do the full design, for instance, this border at the bottom isn't included. You can see there. But of course, then you have to allow for the border around the outside. So I suggest anyone's interested, go online to LizzieKate.com and check that out. All the instructions are there. So yes, I have a decision to make whether to stitch that on the lighter or the darker linen. Regardless, nothing will get wasted. It will get used on something else. Right, so I also purchased 28 count mushroom Lugana because I have none left in my stash and I always need a piece just in case. You know I love that. Okay. Next is the 4 more, because I've been purchasing these in groups of 4 to keep the cost down. 4 more Country Cottage Needleworks Cottage of the Month series. So we have August, which I'll be starting on the 1st. I'll get a bit closer. I really love that one. Very beachy looking. And then September, which is cute. And that's a 3-story house. We have a few 3-story houses here in Australia. It's becoming more popular now because land is getting very expensive, so people are going up rather than out. And October, which is my birthday month, and I love autumn, and it's not autumn for us in October, but it is here. And with the pumpkins, I love that one. Even though the house is white, I will still like stitching that one. And November, that's really lovely too with those autumn colours. So I only have 4 more to purchase and I'll have the full set. So looking forward to that. Then I also purchased the Country Cottage Needleworks summer design, and you may have remembered in a previous haul video, I had already purchased the spring. So I've decided I'm going to get all of these as well because I like sets. So this one is summer. And I didn't realise, and I think it might have been Jennifer that mentioned in her video about the buttons. And I didn't even realise that these had buttons. So I've purchased the buttons for both this one and my spring. And I'll show you, these are the buttons for summer. And it's a little bee and a little flower. So cute. And for spring, it's a caterpillar and a ladybird. Love it. So that's that. Making so much mess. Okay. I also purchased DMC that I needed for a lot of these projects that I'm showing. And I also went through and ordered some extra for my storage, my supply, my DMC supply. And I ordered some beads. These are going to be, oops, hang on. Get this without taking it out, that's good. This is taken from a magazine. This is the Joan Elliott Advent Calendar, which is going to be my next start when I have a break. I might get time to start this next week, I'm hoping. So I'm probably going to stitch this on Mushroom Lugana, haven't quite decided, but I have written down somewhere that fabric from Stash, so I haven't purchased anything specifically for this. They've used two or three? They used light blue Joberlin, putty cashel linen, and platinum cashel linen. I decided I just wanted them all to look the same, so, but each one has different colour beads around the outside, so I had to purchase the beads for that. So have 00557. Oops. The gold. I actually had to purchase 3 because I needed more for something else. And then 02055, which is green. It's going to look very Christmassy. And then 03049, which is the beautiful bright red. And Mackenzie on 123stitch.com, they do say how many beads are in each packet. I know you asked that in your previous video. I think there's usually around 250, but if you have a look in the little description, it says how many grams, and then it says how many beads per package. So I hope that helps you. And yes, as I mentioned, a DMC to go with various projects and extra stuff. Oh, and I forgot to mention these 3 hand-dyeds I purchased for, sorry, I did say this was going to be a little bit jumbled today, the summer. This one called for Classic Colourworks Eve's Leaves, which I got, and Sally's Sunshine in Weeks Dye Works. But look at that, that's so pretty. The variations of yellow. It's almost like my hair. No, not quite. And I'm pretty sure the spring one of the spring designs in the Country Cottage Needleworks called for Spring Grass by Gentle Arts. So I decided to get that as well. So I've been spoiling myself with hand-dyeds, and you know, all of you are to blame for that because you're such enablers. Okay, then the last thing I got from 123stitch, well, the last 2 things, but they're a combined thing, is a design. Just going to take this out of the packaging. I was enabled by Mandy O'Callaghan, and I saw this stitched up in one of her early videos, and when I saw it stitched up and sitting in there in the frame, I fell in love with it. And then I was trying to think of who I could stitch it for. And luckily my first great niece has her first birthday at the end of this year. So I've decided to stitch this baby birth sampler for her. And it's a Vervaco, is that how you say it? Vervaco design, which I've never purchased before. Is it there? Vervaco. So obviously I'll be stitching the little girl one. And my niece has a short name, so I need to find out from her mum if she wants the first and middle name on there, because it'd be a little bit of a shame. It's only 3 letters, her first name. And I probably will put the time on there as well. I just think that's so cute. And this kit includes the fabric, which is 14 count ivory Ada, which I've decided to swap out. So I purchased a piece of 32 count ivory Lugana. So it's going to be a little bit smaller, but I think the coverage will be better. And obviously it includes a chart, needle, and all the lovely threads. So there's not a lot. It's not a big design, and I didn't want to overwhelm her with something too huge. This way it can either sit on a table or she can put it on her wall. And the last purchase I have to show you today, we have a new chain of stores here in Australia called Savers, which is from America. You guys would have heard of it. They're thrift stores, or we call them op shops. They were selling these bags of floss, and the bags were a mixture of Anchor and DMC, and I've never stitched with Anchor before, and I know a few of you do like stitching with Anchor, and I've always wanted to try Anchor Black because I've heard that the coverage is better. I know it has a more of a matte finish than the DMC, but that's okay. And I decided to buy some of these bags, even though they're Anchor, because I'll show you how many I bought first. Can you see what might have made me purchase these? Christmas colours. I thought these would just be perfect for doing all the Christmas cards I plan to do now and in the future. I worked out these bags, with everything I got here, it works out to about 20 cents a skein. And the freaky thing is there are 38 skeins of this Anchor 30-metre link. Now, I'm not sure how much these are in Australia to purchase, but I saw them online in England, and they were £1.15, which is probably around $2 Australian each. So for 20 cents a skein, that's fantastic value. So I've got more than enough here for Christmas cards for probably a million years. And I have downloaded the conversions from Anchor to DMC, so I should be able to swap them out quite well. There was a couple of random ones in here for Semco, which is Australian, which I've never stitched with, and also Rose Brand, which is Chinese, I believe, or from another Asian country. I can't read Chinese, so I'm not sure. But yes, very happy with that. As I said, that worked out to probably around 20 cents, maybe even less a skein. So I jumped at that opportunity, and I left plenty behind for someone else. So I wasn't going to take them all. And I've already done up my index cards ready with the Anchor, name, number, what it's called, and the DMC conversion. So I'm going to need to purchase another photo box for those. Who knew I would start stocking Anchor? Not me. Okay, that's it for the haul. Oh, we got there. This is a long video. Really sorry. A couple of little bits of interesting information that I have for you. A lovely lady who watches my video, I hope I don't butcher your name. I'm going to put it on the screen. Asya Lushnikova. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Thank you so much. She recommended to me a website called The Rocking Horse, which is also a shop in Farmington, MI. Is that Missouri? Mississippi? I don't know. You guys know. MI. Farmington, MI. She purchases her stuff from there, and their DMC is 33 cents, I believe. That's even cheaper than 123 Stitch. So they also do international shipping. They also do framing for all you local people that might be interested, and if you haven't heard of them before. So I recommend you check out their website. I'm certainly going to have a look on there for future purchases. And there are images of the inside of the shop. There's so many lovely framed pieces up on the wall. Gorgeous. Just wish we had shops like that here. You guys are so lucky. You don't know how lucky you are. Also, interesting info number 2. I may have some information coming about a company that makes a frame identical to the Millennium frame. My NeedleWorks store here in Adelaide showed me an image in a magazine after I described the frame to her, and I said, that's it. It looks exactly the same. It's not like the one in Estonia with the plastic. This is like exactly the same as the Millennium frame. And I told her that there would definitely be a market for it, because I know a lot of people are quite annoyed at the waiting time from Needle Needs. Look, they're a busy company, you know. I just think that they need to up their customer service a little bit more. Customer service is very important. Take that from a business owner. Very important. It's the #1 thing. So anyway, she mentioned that she would be happy to look into it for me and get some prices and information. So as soon as I get those details, I will do a video and explain it all to you. I even mentioned to the lady, because, you know, it's an overseas order for her, she doesn't want to be buying stuff that doesn't sell. And I did suggest that, I know I would be, but I suggested that maybe people might be happy to pay a deposit when they place an order and then pay the balance when the stock arrives. That way she doesn't get caught with stock that she can't sell. I believe it is a company she already deals with, so that helps. So yes, fingers crossed that I have some exciting information on that soon. Last thing to mention, my giveaway, still open, still have a few more days to enter. I would like to thank all of you that have entered and watched, and you know, you guys, you've all left such beautiful comments. It's just, you blow me away, you really, really do. I have had over 330 entries so far, and yeah, I said before, I wish I could give you all something. I just really do. I would like to do a shout out to 4 people. I have actually sent you messages regarding your entries, so if you could please check your messages and get back to me before the competition ends. They are Longtime Stitcher, Diana Rubin, A Needle Point in Time, and Boy Band 14. So the 4 of you, if you could please check your messages. If you haven't got them, get in touch with me. I will let you know what it is that I need from you. And if you haven't entered yet, please do. And please, any of you that do YouTube videos, please don't think that this is something that you need to do. You don't need to do giveaways. I'm not doing giveaways to get more subscribers. That is not my aim. This is my way of thanking all of you for your support and your encouragement. You guys are the ones that keep me going in my hobby. I know you're all thanking me for the tutorials and things I put up, but it's all of you that inspire me to look for these new things and to try new things myself. So you're actually encouraging me, and this is my way of saying thank you to you. And it is my natural, it's the kind of person I am. I'm a giver. I enjoy giving more so than receiving, and it's just my way of saying thank you. So any of you that do videos, don't feel that you need to do giveaways when you get 500 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers. And if that's putting any of you off of doing videos, please don't let it. This is an amazing community that we have, and you know, the more people that get on board, the better, because then the more ideas we share with each other and the more we grow. So again, don't feel like you have to do it, because there's no rule out there that says you do, and it's just something that I want to do. Yeah, so that being said, I'm going to let you get back to your stitching videos and your stitching projects that you're working on. And as I said, anything I've mentioned, I will try and remember to put it all down below. If I've missed anything and there's something in particular you want to know, please message me. And that's it for today. So thank you again for watching, and take care. Look after yourselves. Bye for now.